Ah, that's amazing. Sorry for those who are depending on YouTube video. We just started recording this class. In case you are just following us, or maybe you came back to watch this video, I apologize about that. We just started recording this class and we have been working on sorting data. So I just want to apologize, you know, just to let you know that whenever you come to watch this video, we're so sorry about that. But at least you can catch up. We have a lot to cover on this video. All right, guys. So thank you very much. So, guys, let's go on. So, what we did here was simple. We sorted by CGPA and then we sorted again by the course. And this ascending is that we are saying, okay, do the first part from the highest to the lowest and do the second sorting from the highest to the lowest. That's why we have all of this. So this is how you can manipulate the data by sorting. But there's a lot you can do. What if I ask you that based on departmental wise, by course level, give me the names of students who have the highest CGPA? That's a question you have to solve. And based on departmental, we want to get the highest CGPA based on the department. Do you understand? Do you understand the question? The problem case here. So let's say this is a school data set, now, which is it is a school data set, and then they say, oh, come on, these are school data set. We want to appreciate we want to know everybody in each department that have the highest CGPA. You understand? In each department that have the highest CGPA, we just need the first 3 persons. You understand? So you can do that. It's very simple. Well, anyway, I've showed you how to do that. The next thing, so how to work with index. We've already seen it. How to work with index. This is part of the that's stuff. So it's how to work with index. We've seen how to sort data. And let me just do this. How to sort data and work with index. But there's a complex way. Let me show you a complex way to work. Let me see if I can do a complex way to work with index, because with index you can drop column. For example, now which case will I want to do now that will make me want to tell you I want to drop column? So you can do a for loop with index for s in work underscore df dot index, which is range. It's going to be a range. So s in range. I think if I do work underscore index and I do like this and I'll say if s is less than 5, let me just say print s, for example, and run it. So this is the index. This is how you can loop through an index. So I can loop through index and then get data from there. What if I want to get coming? Okay, so I can loop through you can loop through an index. You get the idea. You can loop through an index. So yeah. But what if I want to get just a specific value like this, a specific value? I can say, okay, let's say how do I say it now? How do I run this problem case? How do I run this problem case now? That's complex analysis. I don't want to bore you with it, but I can do something like the index log. Okay. Let's say we can do something like print. Let's print something out. Let's print df dot locate our S, which is the index, and then give us the name of the people. Give us the name. Let me run this code. Sorry, not df. Work underscore df. Why am I making that mistake? So you see what I did. So for s in work underscore df dot index, if s is less than 5, print out the work underscore loc. There's what we call locate is locate the index. I want you to print out the names. So this is it. It has printed out all the names of the first 5 persons in that data frame. Yeah, you can do this. Like that's how you can walk through an index like this. So I can do a lot. I can do just the way you can do locate. You can also do now. All this is a method that you read up. You understand? So just the way you can do locate, you can do add, and then locate and add. They do the same thing. And then there's what we call ilog. Ilog does not take this, it only takes the parameter. So let me do ilog. So what ilog will do for me is that it's going to print out the entire value of each row. That's what it's going to do as for me. Let me do it for you so that you see print. So it's going to print the entire row. When you use .df.ilog, ilog takes you want it to print the entire record in a row. For example, I can see that in the first row, which is 0, we have a name called Gerigi. We have the male, we have its gender as male, we have the course as computer science. It does not have a CGPA. It runs another loop again. The second row, that's the second index. You see that it prints when you use .ilog, it prints the entire row. It means that you're referring to an entire row when you're using .ilog, and it's majorly an integer. It does not take. It speaks to the integer aspect of a data set. When I mean the numerical aspect of a data set, rather than numbers, rather than strings or whatever, because it's possible for you to set index to be something. Let me show you something. Let me show you. I can come back here and say, in this my work underscore df, which is this. I can come back and say I don't want this 0 to be the index again. I want the name to be index. So for me to do that, I'll come here and say work underscore df dot set index. I want to set the index to I almost left this part to name. If I run this, see what we're going to get. Have you noticed the change in the data frame now? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
You see the changes in the data frame. You can change the index. You can change the index of a data frame. Now, sometimes it's good to set this index when maybe I want to do I might want to do plotting. So I want, because sometimes I might want this index to be on my y-axis or my y-axis or my s-axis sometimes. So I might change the index instead of 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll say, okay, let the names of the persons be there and maybe let their score be there. You get the idea? So this is very important. You can change an index, but let's say we'll change this index to be this, and then we'll do work. Just index like this is taking us time. That's how it can be. So we'll do work underscore df. Anytime we print this dot edit, anytime we print this, always know that you see the index has changed. Okay, let's say we want to access gender now, for example. We want to access we want to pull out this Chris, this Kerry Green. You want to bring out his name, is what gender is he? We want to bring it out. The best we can do work underscore df dot, you can say locate, and then what they want to locate. So we'll locate this because this is now our index. It's no longer a number that is the index again, and then we'll now say, if we can run this thing like this and run it. If we run it like this, it will give us the entire row of this Jerry G. It will give us the entire row. Can you see it? So it gives us the person's gender. Is how you work with index to pull out information. To give the person gender, the course, and the CGPA. But what if we're interested in just the gender? We'll come back here again and write gender. Now I'm doing this thing. The reason why I'm making here a string is because I've already set the index to be name. If normally the index was normal numerical stuff, do you understand? And it will be numbers I'll be putting there. So if I do gender, see, it's going to pull out male. So if I want to know if this person is a male, or I want to say maybe I want to run I want to add oh shit, guys, this you are taking me far. You're taking me far. Let's say if I want to add a column to this data frame now, and in that column, if you are a guy, if you are a guy in this place, I want to give you, I want to assign you to chess club. But if you are a girl, or let me say if you're a guy, I want to assign you to team B. If you are a boy, if you are a female, I want to assign you to um maybe team D. Or I can say if you are a guy and you are in computer science, you should go to this team. Or if you are a boy and you are, see, this is it. It's not hard. It's just to know how to work with this thing. That's where your if statement. So let's do the first one. Let me just run it here. Forget. Let's work. We came to. Guys, hope you guys are learning. Abi, are you learning? Let me know.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So let's just do it. Any year we do, we do. Any time Friday reach us, we'll rest there. Mhm. If you want more, come and pay for master class. Okay. So let's say if so, let's do the index now. Let's come back and do for work underscore df dot index. Let's not see what it is. Do you know that the index has changed? See, the index has changed. It's no longer a number again. It has changed to uh, alphabets. It has changed. It's no longer a number. If I didn't show you guys before when it was number, so that you see something. Okay. Let me go up, and I can easily come down here and reset it anyway. Let me come here and reset it. To reset this index is not hard. Just the work underscore df dot set dot sort index. Let's do that first. Let me see if this will reset it back. No, it's sorting the index. I don't want this. What I will do is I will say dot reset underscore index. So I want to reset the index back. So this is it. I've reset the index. Can you see I've reset the index now? So we now have it as so if I reset the index and I do dot index for you, this is what I want to show you. Sure, you see that when I did work dot index, it's telling me that it starts from 0 and stop at 120. But when we set the index to a numerical, that's the name to be the index, it brought out the, instead of numbers now, which is a range, is bringing out number, is bringing out sorry, a list of items. So if I want to look through this thing, I can't look through it like a normal list because there are some things I will say, it's just concepts. You understand? I can't look through it like a normal list. I have to look through it with the length. So what I will do is this. Let me first of all show you how to. Guys, spend time with your data. If you spend time with your data with pandas, you will learn. It's as simple as that. Just spend time with it and think, how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, this is what it is. Let's say we want to look through it now. We'll go back and say, let's do that. Let's copy that loop that I did before. Should I copy that? Let me run you one. So if I encounter error, I'll split out. For else in range length, comma, length of our work underscore df dot index, because it's a list. We want you to print. So let me first of all select it. If s is less than, so I'm doing the condition so that it doesn't run to 10,000. We don't have time to be waiting now. So print, I want you to print, let's just say df work underscore df. We want you to do dot locate the gender, locate s and then the gender. So I don't know. Maybe let me just first of all do print s. Right, that should be fine. Let me know what is printing out for me. Then I will know how to run like. Okay, so you see that it's printing out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's printing the length. It's printing numbers rather than what's it called? It's printing numbers rather than the index. What is the index in this case? Tell me what is the index?
Name.
Name.
Number.
No. The index is name. Look at its name. So if I tell you to look through index and say print s, it should be printing name for me, not index. So this I lost the connection just now. Just a minute, guys. Let me set up my network very well. So I was asking what was the index? The index is this now. We reset the index to name now. We set them. Remember now, we set the index to me. Now we take work for you to name. So that's what we're using to work here. Is this confusing? I beg you, tell me. We have other things to learn. Is this confusing?
You can go on.
No.
Okay. So, but I don't want it ought not to be printing 0, 0, 1, because if it prints 0 and we do something like this, if we now say we want to copy what we were doing before, let me pick that. Where's that if statement? Let me pick it here. See, let's pick this line, for example. So you see that working with index is not just one line of code. You can do a lot with it. If I pick this thing out, let me run gender here rather than name and run it. We might get an error. So what is the error? Key error, meaning it cannot find number as an index anymore. So the way we can do it is just simple. This is a list. This is a list. We'll paste it here and index it with whatever we have on S. If I run this thing, it will work. If I run it, it will work. Nothing is magic here. It's just list we are working with. Remember a list. If you have a list, let me run it. See the names. You see that the index is now printed. It's printed out now as that they don't print the index as the name. Why? Now list. If you get list and you won't get the value where they said that list, sure you go index the how do I say it? You go index the elements now. If you get list, I'm gonna show you because this thing I don't flash out again. If you get my underscore list equal to joy, comma, peace. I beg, if you want print peace command, how you go do am? If you want me print peace, just peace command, how you go do am?
Use index.
Tell me the index now. I know what that meaning of Python.
My list -1.
You know
Minus
what?
one is
Eh?
-1 is square.
One.
One. You know what? Oh.
In square brackets, -1 is
Hey,
square.
hey, talks. Speak syntax. So speak syntax for me. Don't you tell me say my list -1. Speak syntax. Eh? You see, guy, when you're talking, you talk like you know the code. You talk them out. No, you're telling my list -1. What does that mean? It's not professional to be doing that kind of thing. I always ensure when you are speaking your a code, ensure you say it according to IB. Sometimes when I'm walking on the road, not like you somebody know code too much. I dey write code for a head. Like laptop not dey, I go just dey think am. So okay, if I do this by this to this to this, that to this, okay, go work. I'm a data scientist, but if I tell you what I'm doing, like with Python self as a data, because this our data science or data this, it's big. Currently, I'm working on a web version of a chatbot. I've deployed one on WhatsApp already, a chatbot that goes to a database. It gets the data inside the database. And then you question the chatbot, it will be fetching data from inside a database you have already deployed. And then they'll be giving you outcome. So it's more like you are chatting with it to get information. That's what I've been working on. If you tell me when I was doing data science that you will do this, I'll tell you, I want you to analyze data. But that's the idea. And guess what I used? I used Python. And I'm not even using all this Panda. It's Flask. I use Flask to deploy it. So after deploying on Flask, and then I had to collect APIs and carry API to integrate on another software to build the chatbot, and then start deploying it on web. So this thing, what I'm saying is this: there's no limitation to what you are learning. You understand? There's no limitation to what you are learning. You must be there to learn. So just doing that's what I'm doing. And we say we are data scientists. Is that not a plus work? That's a plus work for me. And I was happy when the project came to me. I know nothing about it, but right now, wow, thank God. Oh. Let me tell you, the reward to more work, the reward to well done in this part you have taken is more work. The reward to I sabi am na more projects. So project not dey finish. Yeah, project not dey finish. Last, now 1 week. After that, you go do another one. And if you not see project, do project. That's my issue with people. You don't have to wait for you know when I know that somebody does not, because sometimes let me just say that here. Sometimes I know that I'm laughing at people on LinkedIn. You know. It gladdens my heart when I see people post their projects on LinkedIn. And it shows me that at least they do something. There are some persons that the kind of projects we work on sometimes they are not something you go on LinkedIn and just post because of the confidentiality of that project. Most projects we work, some of us work on. But don't be saying we not do projects. You get the idea? We they do two for if I know of somebody who does not like, but if you see project that person they do, so the person cannot just post it. But you, when we say, you understand, you just to get that idea to do a personal project, post it. And some of us don't even know you can post document of your code on LinkedIn. I can't tell you how many LinkedIn. If you open my phone there, there's barely any document on Python I see on LinkedIn that I don't download, even down to Python for beginners. If I especially India guys, if there's no PDF, if I show you my download file, the document, you go wrong. I did read that sometimes. But they did there. That's why if you tell me say share resources for me, I did share because not just you post on LinkedIn, you learn on LinkedIn too. That's another thing I learned. Learn on LinkedIn. And I do learn on LinkedIn a lot. I do learn on LinkedIn a lot. Some people they are crazy with the way they write code. And your code reveals the kind of way you think. You understand? So it's just there like that. So some document, some of us will see document, we no go download them. And some of us, you are doing data analysis to use your internet is your problem. You cannot just subscribe to just say, man, subscribe, man, they download things. You see, they do this career. You won't do this career part with no. Let me shock your mind. You won't do this career part with 20 gigabit, eh? No go, no go. And those of us in Nigeria, yeah, I'm saying it comfortably. Get get irritated with doing things with your phone. It limits you. Get irritated with doing things with your phone. When I mean things with your phone, it's like searching for information with your phone, trying to work on projects. You get beyond it. Make your system, your personal PC, your go to gadget when you're looking for working on anything. It helps you a lot. For example, now you can be reading through a document or whatever, and then you see some code. You can't run the code on your phone. Even though Colab is on browser, you can work with Colab very well with your phone. So imagine your system is there, simple, copy, paste, run it, look at it, save it, come back again, visit it. That's how you learn. You have to be intentional with this thing. If you are not intentional, you will not get, you just be there saying we are data analyst, data analyst. The next thing we do, you don't say another thing. You say you are not called for tech. So you have to be intentional with what you do, intentional, especially getting close, good use with your system. Get a good system. Get a good system. I cannot overemphasize that. Get a good system. Make use of it. I'm kind of person I love my system. You see, it's portable to the way I like it. So, guys, very important. I know some of you here is your phone you are using to join. Since they started this course, is your phone you are using to join this class. The next thing is this: have you practiced all these things that I'm doing? Have you practiced it? Have you? You've not practiced it. How do you expect yourself to remember? You are saying when the YouTube video come, I'll watch the YouTube video. But the next thing you know, the first day we'll drop it, you go and download one. But because you even the video you want to go and watch, you they watch them with your phone. You know they practice them. You get it? You know they practice them, and then it don't go. You find yourself learning and learning and learning. And another thing I will tell you guys is this: avoid learning trap. There's a trap called learning trap where you keep learning and learning, you are not doing. You think you need to know more. You think you've not yet known what you need to know. You can't start knowing and knowing, you want to know everything. You will put yourself in a learning trap. Now you are just knowing much and you're not doing anything. You just they know, And at the end of the day, you are not doing anything with what you know. So you don't need to do that. Learn, but act, do something, try something new, apply for any work. If you like they say, if you see any this thing on your LinkedIn, data this, you don't know what they put for job description, apply. Just be the best in practicing. Don't just come and be learning. Any training you see, you enter. Any training you see, you enter. How far? You don't need that. Okay. So let's take that one as 10 minutes of or 5 minutes of to disturb ourselves or motivational speaking. Let me come back to my being an instructor. Okay, so fine. This is how we can work with index. So okay. So let's set it back to let's set the index back to a normal this thing. Let me say work underscore df. Let's set that back to okay, let's set it back. So we'll just do it as reset underscore. Do you know that we can sort our index? You can sort it, underscore index. In this case, because the index is already a name, we can sort it here. If we sort it, you see that all the index, the data set has been resorted, and then all the index can start with A. This, see, there are many short ways to this. After I don't reset this thing, I'll do something like this. Follow me, guys, you'll see something. I want to show you two ways to do something. Python game anyway. So if I do something like this is our data set normally. If I want to say, okay, let me do dot reset underscore index. Sure, if I run it like this, normally don't reset my index back. Abby? But do you know that I can do something like this, Control Z, sort the index. If I sort the index, then I'll reset the index after sorting it. So you can do your code like this and it will work. By doing this, guys, what did you think I indirectly did to this data set? I see people will catch up. What do you think I indirectly do to the data set now? I'm not fit up.
I see you sort them alphabetical that you can't.
Thank you very much. Now I just do. I just sort them. I just sort the names. So I don't rechange the data set from the way it be before. I don't change them. So let's leave it that way. Sha. That's what I wanted to know. Yeah, is equal to this. Okay, so let's do the last thing for index and then we'll come up for there. Let's do things like, okay, let's say now we don't know the index. The index is now work underscore df dot index. Okay, so index, it starts from 0 to, okay, fine. So let's do something. Let's do for s in our work underscore df dot index. Okay, I want to say that if our work underscore df dot locate, or you can still use art, but I like to use locate s can you like comma gender. Hello, may please mute your mic. Oh, that person. Okay. Equal me. So this should be work. Excuse me. Okay, so if it equals me, I want you to set df. Now this is another new column. I want you to set work underscore df dot locate dot s comma. I want you to set it as team to be equal to a. So let's set it to team a. S. I want us to set this, whatever it is, to be B. So let's run this now. Great. So by the time I come back here and do work underscore df and run it, what did you notice? You notice that anywhere we have, let's do dot sample. Let's just sample 20 out randomly. Tell me what you notice. Do you notice that anywhere there is female, what will be the team? B.
B,
Anywhere there is a main, A.
A.
So with this code, just added a new column to the data frame easily. I just add a new column to the data frame, and then based on the condition, it's just simple as that. That's how you can use index to manipulate a data frame. One of the ways, just one of the ways. There are many ways you can use index to run condition, and then you run your scripts. Okay, fine. And see, it's just there. So if I want to do filter condition, let me go and bring it. Let me bring it. Where is the? Let me come it. This is it. Let me just write it here so that I know I the right tab for here. If I want to do filter condition based on row, if we say give us our work df, work underscore df, where the gender, if we want to say only female, when gender is equal to female, work underscore df when gender is equal to female. For runner, it will give us a truth table called true, false, 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 blah, blah, blah. But this is not what we want. So what we'll do, we'll set this thing to be our filter. You can say filter is equal to this, or let's say fit is equals to this. This is our condition. So we'll come our data frame, we'll say work underscore df, then we'll index our condition inside. By the time I run this part, I'm going to get all my data frame will change now. Now everywhere when we say we get female, now I go come myself for my data set. So now where everywhere we female day. So imagine say I want to split this data set. Now I go split up. So we can still go back here and say I want this where the gender is equals to female, but we want them in computer science. So we'll do and. This is how we do and. Do df work underscore df, where the course, let's do course, where the course control V is equal to, so let's take biology for example. So all the females that are studying biology give us their data frame. So let's run this as our filter. So by the time you come here and run it, you notice that all females, so these are all the female that are running, studying biology in the data set. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, what if I want to check a condition? There's a condition called what is that condition again? What if I want to say, okay, I want work underscore df. Join my class by this time. Please stop joining this class late. I will not approve you guys next time. Work underscore df, where the name, let's say the name dot stro dot contains let's say it contains name, for example. Let's say it contains a something like this. Let's run this part. Let me see. So it's going to give us a truth table also, a truth and false table. So let me do it as fit to equal to this condition. No? And then I want to use work underscore df, and then I'll in this index fit to, because what we are doing here is that we are looking for what have I made a mistake again? Okay, so what did he say is that cannot marks. Okay, I know what he's saying. There are no values inside. So because there are no values, it might not mask it. What I'll do is any is equal to, I think any is equal to true. That's what I'm going to do here. Let me see. Yeah, fine. So when I do n is equal to true, what I'm telling it is that if you see null values in this column, leave them, ignore them. So it's going to pull out our data set where we have A, that's all. So if you check here, you see this guy has all, there's all of this person's name. Allison, there's all, in this place, there's all. So this is how you can search by alphabets. To say, okay, you want to search somebody's name. You understand? But this is very, very, what's it called? Because if I do something like this, AL, and I run it, and I run this fit again, it might not bring anything out in the sense that it's going to bring just people that has this. So let's do something funny here. Let me show you. So if I do AAL, that's small letter A, capital letter L, and I run it. You see, it's giving us none, meaning it cannot find anything like that. But there are some people named that has ALL on their name. Do you get the idea? So it's case sensitive in the search. But there's a way we can do that by doing import array. Once we import array, we'll come here and say that reg dot ignore case. So flag, you can say flag is equals to reg dot ignore. So I want it to ignore case in this case. So I want it to ignore case. What it means is that anywhere you see ALL, even if it's small letter or capital letter, bring them out. Look at it. It's going to bring them out for me. So it's going to bring out anywhere it sees. Where was I again? Oh, sorry. I don't know where I've gone to. I've moved my mouse. All right, this is where I am. So anywhere it sees, ALL is going to bring them out. So let's do dot add. Let's do dot 415 alone. So you see, it's going to bring them out for you. So you can write anything here. Let's write Chris. Let's see if we have Chris in our data frame. So see, we have Chris on our data frame. But you see the way I spelled it, Chris. But see, it's pulling out capital letter. It doesn't matter. So you can do that to search names in your data frame. And we can also do that. There's a way we can do patterns. There's what we call patterns. Patterns will be that it is only people that their name is just Chris, it will find out for you. There's a way we can do it. It will know that's more of regular expression. I use regular expression to do those things. All right, so that's more about searching and filtering condition. And then you can filter condition and just set it back to a new data frame. So how to work with duplicates? So how do we work with duplicates? Let's go back here. To work with duplicates in our data set, we just do work underscore df dot duplicates. Let me do duplicate. Yes, two-way. So it's going to give us a true and false stuff like normal. Just say we'll do missing value, just do sum. It will give you the total number of duplicates that we have. So we have 230 duplicates. What if we want to see those where they are duplicates? We'll do things like work underscore df dot duplicated or duplicates, or no, drop underscore duplicates. Give me an figure. So I'm going to run this. Is it duplicate or duplicated again? I've forgotten the attribute again. What am I doing? So once you do drop underscore duplicates, it's going to give you a data frame that do not have duplicated inside. You understand? It does not have duplicated values inside. It's just going to give you you can see that the total number of rows has reduced. So it has dropped all the duplicates that we have. So it has dropped all the duplicate that we have. But you can see now is showing. So this should not be showing. But what is happening is that the way this is showing, because the duplicates we are dropping anyway. So this is duplicates and to drop all the duplicates for you. There's a method I know that n is equal to 4. I don't know if it's this method that takes it. I've forgotten the drop duplicate subset. Okay, we can do subset. Okay, we want to do, we can drop the first. Okay. We can keep first, we can drop. Okay. What it's doing is that we can say we want to keep the first. Keep is equals to first. What we are saying is that keep the first occurrence of the item. Any second time you see the item, drop it. That's what we are doing here. So you can decide to say you want to keep the last. Meaning, if you see the first one, take out the first ones, but leave the last ones. That's the last occurrence of it. That's how you can drop a duplicate and then assign it back to, either you assign it back to your data frame, or you just do in place is equal to true. So as you do this, you have dropped your duplicates from your data set. But there's also a possible way to, you want to see the rows that are duplicated. I've done that before. I'm interested in seeing those ones that is calling duplicated. I'm just trying to remember them. So I'm going to do something like this: work underscore df dot duplicated. Okay, let me run this. I'm going to get. I don't know if this is the one that takes the parameter n. Okay. So before that, maybe just remind me, guys. Remind me of something. Just tell me. I said you should remind me of something. So sum. Then I want to do something as index. Let me do this. Okay. Let me do dot value. Values. Let me run this. It has no attribute values. Okay, let me say dot sum. No, this is not what I want to do. Dot any. Okay. Dot any true. Anytime you see true, it tells you that there are duplicates. But there's something I want to do that I'm trying to work on. I want to get the index. Okay, what I'll do is this. I'll do work underscore df. This give me those who are true. This is it. Not difficult. This is it. So these are all the duplicates in the data set. Look at it. I've gotten all the duplicates in the data set. 213. So this is a data frame. This is a data frame that contains all the duplicates. Remember this previous one. This one is telling us this one is telling us, let me leave it as first, right? Or let me just keep the keep out of it. Once you run this, it gives you a data frame of the ones that are not duplicated. But once you run this code that I just did here, index it by, this is a condition, I call this filter, and then index it. It will give you what it's seeing it as duplicate, the ones it's seeing it as duplicate. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? When I understand this thing?
Yes.
Should I bust your bubble? You see this data set when I see so. Now me create them with Python. This data set you are saying like this, I created it with Python script. Now me code them with Python, generate this data set by myself for class purpose. You can do it. Down. So this is a dummy data I created by myself, and it not take me 3 minutes to create it. If I wanted to create 20,000, 50,000 rows, I'll do it. Now me create them, now me put no values, now me put duplicate, now me do everything by myself because I created it for teaching purpose. That's why it's called project data set. So it's Python. You can use Python to create data sets. All these names you are saying, I generated them randomly. There's a package that helps you generate fake address, fake name, fake away. Sorry. Skip. I already delete that part. Come on. I already delete that part. Come on for the teaching. I beg. I did not say anything. I beg.
Noted.
No, I delete
No.
them. I did not put
You wanted
anybody in
to
the
bust
part
our
that they should not
bubbles.
kill me. But anyway, Sha, I'm just telling you the truth that even down to this course, now me do it by myself. All these things you are saying, this down to this, I have the scripts, and I do a lot sometimes when I want to teach. Well, ethics is involved. What you go and be doing, I will not show you the package. Not be me go show you the package. I'm going to show you the package. No worry, leave out. So there's a package you can use. You can generate name, CVV, address, gender, email address. Python is crazy, I beg. So people they just sit down be doing bad things. Tell me how I found it. That's the first thing you tell me. You ask me, what if you look for, wait till you find that package? What if you look for? Now not go ask me. Oh, nah, I just read sometimes I'll just be on my phone and some of you go to Twitter and waiting not concern you now you will look. Why not just type Python? Search Python and be looking. Don't search Python, you go to see Snake. Just search Python programming language and then you bring out post. Just they read. You will see some things where people they do. So I've taught you guys how to drop rows intentionally by showing you this. I've taught you how to drop rows. Oh no, I never teach you how to drop rows. I teach you how to drop duplicates. But you know they hard. To drop rows, not they hard. To drop rows, not they hard. To drop rows, not they hard. So if you want to drop rows, it depends on what you are doing. Like that condition formatting that we did now. Once you do the condition, the rows, the data set maybe say a comment, you put them for another data frame. Reset the index. You have dropped the rows already. I'll say it be not they hard. Let's say this one now that we are working with now. This come back to this one. Let's go back to this filter. We want to find out all the biology students who found it out here. See the index is scattered. So the way you go arrange this one, you will just simply come and say, okay, we will save her, we'll save it to a new data frame. We'll call it which department is this? Biology. So BI _ DF. This is their data frame. You want to give it to Department of Biology. And then you can, but if you print BI _ DF and you run that, you'll find that say the index not there arranged. So just do reset _ index and then do drop is equal to true. And then run now. Once you run now, you can say it don't reset their index. Simple. So this is how you've dropped the row. You can check now. You see that the row has changed. So you don't drop that row. Then you can't do dots. If you come, you just reassign it back to, or you can come and say in place is equal to true. Once you do in place is equal to true, there's no need for you to be reassigning it again. You don't override what you did before. So if you do BI _ DF, so this is what you get. So these are you have dropped a column already. And you can drop column based on conditions, doesn't matter. But that rows, you can drop rows. You can also add rows to it. You can also add rows. There's a lot to learn, guys. You can add rows. You can merge two tables together. If you have two different tables, you can merge them together. You understand? There are some data sets I have. You can do that, but I don't time will not permit us. You can merge two tables together. You can append or concatenate two tables, two data sets together. Like if you want to add rows now, you have to create a dictionary. And if you want to add a row, you create a dictionary of those um, data frame. Let me show you what I'm saying. And we'll end here. I beg. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. So we would let's use this BI for example. So BI dot PI underscore DF. Let's do dot columns, for example, to tell me how many columns they have. So you could see that they have 424 rows. So let's make it 425. How do we do it? We can come here and copy all of this and create a dictionary for it. We can say, okay, we can say that new underscore new data is equal to, let's create a dictionary and paste it, and then do this. Name is let's say the name of the person is Grace. What's that? Grace John. And then the person's gender. Surely it must be female because that's what we have on our data set. Hey, something just come my mind. I never teaching her. I'll do it before we come out with this one. So okay, so let's say the course the person is definitely has to be biology. So write biology and CGPA is let's just get the person a random CGPA of let's say 5.8, and then definitely the person's team would be B now, based on what we have done before. So it will be okay. So we have it here. And then the next thing we'll now do, since we want to append this to BI, we'll just do BI underscore DF dot append. And then let's write new underscore data, for example. Let's run this thing. Let me see what will come up. Okay. What am I saying? Data frame has no attribute append. Okay. So another way I'll do this is another way I'll do other way I'll do this is I will say I'll say data is equal to pd dot df data frame, or data frame, and then I will now say is new underscore data, and then I will come back and say bi underscore df dot concat. I want you to concat I'll say pd dot concat. And what I want you to concat is I want you to concat bi underscore index df and my data, and then I want you to ignore. So I'm going to say ignore underscore index is equal to true. So let me run this. Great. So when I'm done, you see that the row is now 425. You can see the last item we added just now, Grace Joy, female biology, and yeah, it's there. That is all. So we have added. So if I have a lot of data I want to add to it, this I just created it, so it could be a data frame you want to add, but they must be of the same length, the same name, age, column, and everything. That's how you add to it. Lastly, again, before I leave you guys, so let me set this thing back to, you can set it back to bi underscore if is equal to this. So what if I want to replace every female to male? So we can do this thing df bi underscore df brackets female gender, sorry, I want to replace it. Replace str dot replace. I want you to replace gender. I want you to replace female with F. I don't want it to be this again. I can run this. If I run this, you see that it has produced a new data, a new series for me. So what I need to do is just to put it, ingest it back into our data frame. So it's going to be this equal to this, and then I've run it. So if I come back and do vi underscore bf again, you see that it has replaced all females to F. That's how you can find and replace. So you can go to a column and replace anywhere you see this, replace it with something else. So with this being said, I think we've come to the end of today's class. Tomorrow, which is the finishing day of this, we'll just do some other analytical stuff and maybe call it an end. But you have learned a lot, so guys, well done. Even if we didn't do visualization by tomorrow, I don't know. Well, it was a boot camp, not a training. So we will look forward towards another boot camp or thereabouts. But guys, that's it. So is there any question?
Okay, thank you so much. You said we should remind you of something while you were lecturing.
Oh, I've done it. This is it.
Oh, okay, no problem. All right.
Yeah, how to replace. So that's what I wanted you to remind me of before. Any other question? All right, so let me just assume there's no question. But guys, it doesn't matter. If you have a question, you can go to the group chat, paste your question there. Maybe one of these when I'm working or whatever, when I'm done, I just look at the WhatsApp group chat and respond to your question there. Don't go Val, don't go yet. Arize, please, can we pass that information? Kudos to those who have been tagging me on Instagram. Well done. I replied to some persons. Cool. That's great. I've forgotten this person's name that wrote something about me. It was lovely when I read about it. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for describing me in such a manner. And, I so much love that. Thank you. You are my Instagram friend for this course. So well done to you. All right. So Arize, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Instructor Godgave. Thank you very much for a wonderful class today. I hope we all enjoyed our class today.
My night's just at 10.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For those of us that have not filled our attendance, please let's kindly do so.
So you can see me like, oh, you
Our
need to
attendance
line late before now.
link, our attendance link is on the chat. Please let's kindly fill it. Thank you very much. And those of us that have not followed us on our social media platform, please do so. It's as compulsory as mandatory. Thank you very much. Tomorrow will be the last day for this cohort. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Have a blessed night of everyone. Good night. Fill your attendance. So